You would think that I would be used to these like last minute stressful rescues by now, but clearly that is not the case because I'm having a mild anxiety attack. So scrolling Facebook, and I follow a lot of the kill pens, and there's constantly stories that break my heart, tug at my heart, that make me wish I had $1 million because I would spend every dollar of it on horses. And a lot of them, I just kind of keep an eye on and wait to make sure that they're saved, which sometimes, can take a couple weeks, and other rescues will try to fundraise to bail horses and things like that. Today, however, came across a horse that is blind and emaciated and has a 2-day-old baby. Here's the issue with situations like that and why I am doing what I'm doing. Every day that those horses, every minute that those horses, both of which their immune systems are incredibly compromised, every minute that they go without treatment and they stay in that environment where illnesses run wild, their lives are at risk, insanely at risk. And in fact, I'm a little terrified that we may already be too late and this may all be a huge effort and a huge financial undertaking that doesn't have a happy ending. I don't think that that's an excuse to not try, I guess. Went ahead and paid the bail price. Didn't even attempt to do a fundraiser first. I'm just sort of counting on people being willing to help, but I couldn't wait. And so I have this amazing company, or transport company. However, they also do a lot with horse rescuing. Hopefully headed soon to the lot to pick them up, hauling them straight from there to her vet. She's already made the arrangements with the vet, and they will stay there for at least 24 hours, possibly more. I don't want to go and pick them up until they're stable, but it's several hours, and if they are already really ill, that could be what does them in. So I want to be able to afford for them to stay at the vet for as long as they need to. That's where we're at right now. I am like freaking out. Yeah, just was not my plan for the day. And I'm really hoping this isn't the worst decision I've ever made. Where we're at right now, several hours later, in the future, when I want to save a horse, typically I'll be posting a fundraiser on my social media, asking people to contribute to the bail of a horse. And there will be a deadline, which is the horse's shipping date. If we are not successful in raising enough funds to save the horse, then the fundraiser is over. It's tragic, but unfortunately, I have to be kind of realistic about the sanctuary's funds and what we can do, and we can't save them all. That's how that'll go. This was not ever how I intended to do this. Every single minute that these two horses, let me turn this air fryer off. The baby in particular spends in that kill pen environment is jeopardizing their life. This was very realistically life or death, and it still is, and it will be for several days at least going forward. Rehabbing horses, I've done it in the past. It is not fast. I would say it's probably one of the most challenging rehabilitation processes you can do. I hear a lot of horror stories about young horses, baby horses, being pulled only to die hours, days later. And then you've got mom who's blind and just absolutely starved. Her skin condition is horrific. And so she's incredibly compromised as well. They're gonna have to make about a 2-hour journey tonight. And then first thing in the morning, she's taking them to the vet clinic, IV, antibiotics, whatever they need. That's really my goal. Financially, I don't wanna be limited in terms of what we can offer them, what we can do for them. If the vet suggests something, I wanna be able to say, yes. In any rescue situation, I think this is the horrible, horrible part. Sometimes we have to choose. I have a lot of animals already that are under my care that I am responsible for and obligated to. And the very realistic part of this is the donations. It does not matter the amount, just knowing that people trust me enough to part with a penny. It's unreal. But the donations, truthfully, don't usually even cover a full week of food every month. Actually, I would say far less than that most months. So where we're at is how much do I dip into my funds? And so I can't thank you guys enough. I posted them already online this morning and we have gotten $750. So I think we've spent $3,700 so far out of our pockets. That's me and the board members. But right now I'm just waiting for the transport company to contact me. I am drinking a glass of wine. I am trying so hard to distract myself. It's not working. So I have a barn across the road that has 3 stalls. I have a barn in progress that's gonna have 6 stalls. And then we have this barn, which has 3 stalls. This barn being the one that is right in the backyard. So meaning I can see this barn from the bedroom. And so that's why I'm selecting this one. It is not the prettiest stall. This is a very old barn. So it certainly could have fancier accommodations in the other ones, but I mean, this one's perfectly safe. I've gone through, because he is potentially totally blind, or at least very limited eyesight. I'm going through right now and making sure there's nothing on any of these old boards that could potentially hurt her, as well as the lower levels for the baby. So like I'm going through with an angle grinder and stuff like this, cutting off to be safe. This stall also has the light in it. So I'm gonna attach one of the smart lights so that I can turn it on. If I wake up in the night and I wanna check on them, I can flip it on from my phone and see them. In addition to that, of course, I have a ton of bags of shavings that I wanna put down. We're going to also put up a camera. Hi, it's so hot out. My hope for the camera is to obviously be able to see it anytime from my phone, to be able to have 2-way audio. I had a ton of these cameras set up at my last house. Unfortunately, the internet here won't support that many, so I have to be really selective about where I put them. If we can get it to work, I would love to have a live stream going from that camera where everybody can access it and help me keep an eye on them. So this is the next day. I'm wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday. The Sharps pig shirt. Current status, they got in around midnight, a little after midnight last night. Both appeared to be in better health than we expected. The mare has some really significant and abnormal swelling on her abdomen. Really, really anxious for the vet to tell us exactly what it is. And so they should be headed there pretty much any minute now. But we are at 1,500 in donations. So again, the goal is 5,000. This is kind of the first real fundraising campaign that I have run for Wild Things Sanctuary, and I'm super nervous about it. It's for a fantastic cause, and I'm gonna put my pride aside and yeah, tell people, hey, we need help. Just today alone, I have seen 3 more starving, pregnant, heavily pregnant mares in kill pens, and 1 5-month-old baby without a mother in a kill pen. So kind of gives you a grasp on just how big this problem is. Well, I was able to save 1 out of my own pocket, and that's Feller Off. His video was last video, maybe? I can't afford to save more than 1 on my own. And I have the space and the time and the knowledge and the support system to help them. I just can't pay $5,000 every time. I'm trying really hard to document every last minute of this so that anyone who does invest their money feels like they're really a part of it. Dude, I just spread those out so nice. Not helpful. Hodor, not for you. No. Hey, buddy. Okay, we're done. So, the other reason I like this space is because it's an extra big stall, which meant it also, hey, no, Hodor, Hodor. I just made it perfect. Stop it. Stop it. It's an extra big stall, which is good for the 2 of them to be able to move around in. Baby can kind of get a little wild without getting too far from mom, because I'm told she does stress out a lot if he gets too far since she can't see him. I'm using one of the outlets my dad put in the barn. See, these are very useful. And it goes up to the camera right there, which will be connected to my phone and potentially all of your phones if the internet says so. I'm worried, number 1, about the mare not being able to see this. Also about the mischievous baby. You know, I'm thinking it's a good idea to chew on it. So I'm gonna do something super attractive. And I found this country crock. We don't even eat butter in this house. I found this in the shed from whoever lived here before. And you know what? It's exactly what I was thinking I needed. So I'm going to put this right here and just staple it up. I just wanted to mention I am adding some things to the Amazon wish list that are more specific to these 2, because obviously after I get them home, that's kind of when the real care begins and the real expense. If you are able to and prefer to donate items that we need, you can do it there. I always have Tractor Supply gift cards on the list. I spend hundreds of dollars at Tractor Supply every week. It's where I get most of the animal food from, and it's where I'll be getting most of the supplies from. So those are always super appreciated. If you want to get involved, sharing this story makes such a huge difference. If you can't donate monetarily, just know sharing the post that I make on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, this video goes honestly a very, very long way. I can't tell you how many donations we've gotten from people that said, hey, so-and-so shared your story and I wanted to help out. If you can donate at all, small amounts go a long way. Don't feel obligated. And just know we've got the Venmo and then the PayPal me link, which is always below, and the Amazon wish list, which is always below as well.